my favorite spot, sitting next to the one and only Bobby Vargas. Bobby, glad to see you again.
Man, I'm glad to see you guys. Fun to do this again. Another year, another ATA show. This is 21 shows for me now in a row.
You know what? I think this is my 5th year sitting here next to you, going over products.
Sure does feel like I've been with you an awful lot longer than that.
It is. We're almost to that 10-year mark of marriage. I tell you what, it's a nice thing. But I tell you what, PSE did something on day one of this show and announced that John Dudley has joined the PSE team with Knock On Nation.
Yes, with Knock On Nation. We worked real hard with getting John in, and you know, he's a super loyal guy, and we love that about him. You know, we talked to him about it in the past, and he's like, I'm really happy where I am. I really don't want to go. I don't want to leave. I love you guys, love the equipment, but you know, I don't want to go. And we appreciate that, and we loved him for it, but it didn't mean that we were going to stop talking to him. But I think the turning point was when we got him over to the factory, and he sat down with Pete and spent a little bit of time with him. And I think that, you know, that planted the seed really at that point, even though we'd already been talking to him, and then came out to the factory again, spent a little more time with Pete, and I think, you know, after doing that, that just really...
We interviewed him, and he said exactly that. Sitting down with Pete kind of planted the seed, but I think really what to me the turning point is when Pete said, you know what, let me hand you the keys to the engineering, and you now have the Knock On Nation bow series.
We have a Knock On Nation bow series there. So we, everyone's familiar now with the EVO NXT series that we introduced in October. We let John shoot everything. He shot the Carbon, he shot the EVO series, and he really fell in love with that Carbon Mach 1. So we have a Mach 1 Knock On Edition series, and of the EVO series, he fell in love with the 33. Okay. So with that EVO NXT 33 came about the EVO Knock On Edition Knock On Nation.
Okay, so now we have the Knock On Nation, and he went over this when we introduced him here at PSE, and the first thing he started was starting off with the green and the decal.
Yes, so it's a regular production geometry EVO 33, but with a lot of JD accents to it.
Exactly.
Starting out with sub-alpine camo on the limbs, but I should say starting out with the really cool John Dudley green. I mean that
first thing you notice, green.
Yes, so that really pops out. And one thing too is, for as long as I've been there, and then being in the marketing department, that's when I really found out that you don't change your colors. So our logo has always been white, red, or black.
Yep.
And we don't stray from that. Those are our colors. But what that says a lot to be able to make that PSE green in the production piece. So, but we're happy to do it. We're happy to partner with him. He has so much passion for the sport and the industry. There's not enough people like him out there that are promoting education of the sport.
Yes, him and Pete in education. We talked to Pete last year and about educating, getting people just to shoot archery, whether it's indoor, hunting, anything. Just shoot a bow.
Yeah, just shoot a bow. And so many of our customers are hunters, and they'll buy a hunting bow, and we love them for it. But they'll go through season and they put the bow away and they won't touch it. So when I was talking to you guys earlier about getting into target archery, and I thought that was awesome. I know you guys are the exception and you don't put your bows down, but the point was, shoot your hunting bow, get through season, but then pick up your target bow. Stay with your local shop leagues, go to 3D tournaments, do whatever. Just keep shooting your bow.
Well, that's it, right? So if you're just a hunting person, they got 3D shoots all summer long. They got indoor during the winter. So really, you don't have to set your bow down at all.
Yeah, exactly. You don't ever have to set it down. But getting back to the Knock On Nation Edition 33, so it's our standard production EVO 33, 33 inches axle to axle, has our ever popular ECS cam system. From the time we introduced it, we haven't made a single change to it. It's been too good to make any changes.
It's been one of those cam systems. you find it, you can't touch it.
Yeah, I hope it never goes away. But there's a couple different changes that John requested with this one. So he's a big fan of the single pin movable style sight.
Okay.
So with that, most of those style sights have so much adjustment on the sight body there. We went away with the multiple sight mounting holes and just went with the one, found it in an optimal position. And he's an awesome target archer too, but with his hunting equipment, he wants simplicity. He doesn't want to risk anything moving or changing or coming loose, so we went with a fixed cable guard design. We did add an extra mounting hole there for the rest, so you can really lock it down to make sure it doesn't come loose. This is a little bit wider on the shell, so he likes the drop away style.
Okay, the drop away style rest.
Yep. And so with the big cradle that his rest was it was touching the side of the shelf there. Does it do anything? No, it doesn't hurt anything, but in your mind it just kind of looks funny, We did a trough here so that your arrow stays in the center shot position during the draw. And same with the EVO NXT series, we added the overmold grip to there.
All right.
If you don't like that grip, you can take it off and shoot it right off the machine handle there. And the other change we made was the standard 33 has a lower stabilizer mount hole.
Oh, yes, it does. You're right.
But this one, we pulled it off of there and we drilled and tapped some holes here for a bipod system.
That's right. He explained that bipod system, and it's a really simple system that it's basically two carbon sticks that screw in there.
Yep.
And then you can screw them together and actually put it in your quiver when you're not using it.
Screw them together, you can stick it in your quiver. I know you will probably want to put it in your pocket because I know you need as many arrows as you need in your quiver. But yeah, that is an option for some guys. But it'll screw right into there and just sit there and ready for you when you want to grab it.
You're right. I need all the arrows I can get because I can definitely not shoot as good as you do. Obviously.
Not very many people can, but
exactly. But there's also something.
That.
But there's also something really cool you did with this. You put the Nock On Nation on the cam.
We did. Look at that there. So it is your same standard production ECS cam, but with the Nock On logo there.
But that's not the only bow he's messed with.
No, that's correct. So the other one, love it. See how easy I picked that one up?
You know what? One of the new guys on the team, we gave him the standard aluminum bow, said hold that, and then I just said here, hold this, and he was shocked at how light that carbon can be.
Yeah.
And with this stealth, I tell you what, we've talked to Donnie Vincent, Pedro Ampero. Don, I know those guys do all the extreme hunting, but I tell you what, if you're going out west or something, putting this on your back is a lot easier.
Heck yeah. I mean, by the time you put all of your accessories on there and a little bit of stabilizer weight if you wanted it, you'll get the bow to balance really, really well, and you'll still be well under the mass weight of any other aluminum handle bow, and it's going to feel incredible to shoot.
And this one here, being the Nock On Nation, has the green
right.
strings. It's got the decals and on the cam itself.
Still have the decals there. This is our standard production Mach 1 model, but with the John Dudley Nock On accents to it. That's going to have the sub-alpine camo on the limbs, Nock On green everywhere else. But all of this made right there at the PSE factory. 100%
right there in Tucson.
American made. We brought the carbon manufacturing process in-house last summer, which was really, really exciting. Our engineers put a lot of time and effort into learning the process, figuring out how to do it better than it was coming to us in the past.
Awesome.
And the one thing I want to make sure I point out is that for anybody that ever put their hands on the Carbon Air Stealth from last year, they noticed that the grip area was a little bit wider than we're used to seeing and feeling. But I do tell people, if you felt the front of it, then you're gripping it.
Right, you're gripping the bow.
The profile here stayed the same, but it was bigger this way to maintain the strength.
Obviously, because of the engineering and what all strengths need to be there.
Yep. But after bringing it in-house and learning more and more about the process, Stephen Brown, he's the engineer that really headed up this process, and he's done a phenomenal job. I'm super proud of him for what he's done with this model bow. But he gave us back this grip. He brought some, other than everything else that he's done to it, he brought some more life back to the Carbon series, in my opinion too, because I have little kid hands anyway. So I really like that smaller grip.
You know, that's awesome. And also, you can just tell by the way you're handling this bow how light it is. You're
Yeah.
basically one-handing this
Yeah.
bow as you're showing it off. Okay, so we got the Nock On Nation series. Obviously, when can people see these start? Where can we get in the pro shops to find these?
Get to your pro shops to find these. I will say that as we're doing this video, these are 2 days old. So these are the first ones that we built, first ones for the world to see. They're not very well stocked in the store today. It's January now, but we're building them. We're going to be shipping very soon. Dealers are already ordering now. Over these last 2 days at the show, we've had tons of orders from our dealers, which is awesome. My phone's been blowing off the hook from people asking for the Nock On series. And I said, dude, it's a Mach 1. We've had it since October. I know, but this is the Nock On series.
It's
I
the
gotta
Nock On.
have it. So
I've heard that more than once these last couple days, that they can't wait to shoot the Nock On Nation.
Yes.
It's like, but anyways, you know what? So obviously it'll take a little time to filter into the pro shops.
Yep.
But then you can get into your pro shop, shoot them.
get to your dealers, shoot
Will
them.
they be able to look at these online?
So before your dealers get them, if you want to take another look at them, if you're not spending enough time on Up North Journal's website and looking at all of our videos, you can go to www.pse-archery.com. You can see the Mach 1 Nock On edition, the EVO 33 Nock On edition, and the entire product line.
That's awesome, Bobby. So there you go, folks. Nock On Nation has arrived at PSE. Stay tuned. Get to your dealers soon. They'll be there. Check them out online, and we'll see you soon.